Hey, it's Greg the Food Fixer. And today we're going to make something that's one of my go-tos. If you really want to impress somebody but only spend about 10 minutes doing it, this is the way to go. Today we're going to make shrimp pasta. And there's so many different variations of what you can do with this. It's really up to your imagination. But what I'm going to show you is just a quick and easy, simple, kind of a base. And then you can add to, you can take away, it's really up to you. I was in the grocery store and noticed that asparagus was like $1.47 a pound. So I had to pick some up at that price. And then of course, driving home, I was like, well, what am I gonna do with asparagus? And this is one of my go-tos anyway. Sometimes I make it with spinach, but I thought it'd be great with asparagus too. So let's just dive in. I'll kind of show you what I've done, what you can do, and then we'll take it from there. So of course, first, since it's pasta, we need to make our pasta. You can use fettuccine, you can use linguine, that's what I'm using. You could use spaghetti. I think it works best with a long noodle, so I'd go with that over something like penne. So I've already cooked my pasta. Just follow the instructions on the package and make sure you don't rinse it. You don't want to rinse pasta when you are going to have a sauce with it. You want it to be sticky and starchy because that will allow your sauce to stick to the pasta. If you rinse the pasta, then nothing's really going to stick. So I've cooked my pasta. It takes about 11 minutes, and you can actually do this whole thing in about that amount of time. I went ahead and prepped a little bit beforehand just for the video, but you can really start everything at once, and 12 minutes later, you're done. So I've got my pasta, it's done, I've drained it, not rinsed it, it's sitting behind me on the stove. The other thing I did is started sauteing my asparagus about the same time I started my pasta. I like to get it kind of soft. And I just took this fresh asparagus, started with the tips and cut it in about 1-inch sections. Threw it in the pan with a little butter, a little olive oil, and a little salt. And I've got that going nicely here. I've got my heat on medium. I'm gonna leave it there. And then I picked up some shrimp at the grocery store yesterday. This is about 10 ounces, but you know, it depends for you how many people you want to feed. But this shrimp is not cooked. Obviously it's raw, but it has been peeled and deveined. It's worth it for me to have somebody else do that. I really don't care to do it. So I always buy it like this. It's just ready to go. It's ready to cook. So I'm going to go ahead and just dump my shrimp in. And then of course we want to season it with some salt. And I am going to add some garlic. This is just minced garlic. You can buy it in the jar at the store. You know, if you have time to cut garlic up and smash it and do all that good stuff, go for it. For me, quick and easy is the way to go. And really, you still get the full flavor this way, so I'm gonna do that. You're just gonna have to eyeball this. It kind of depends on how much garlic you like. Now, normally you kind of want to save garlic towards the end because it can burn rather quickly, but shrimp cooks quickly anyway. So we're just going to go ahead and throw it in now, and it should all be done at about the same time. And I'm just going to mix that up and keep it going. And then another ingredient I have here that I'm going to throw in, it's just really good, is rosemary. This is fresh rosemary. They actually have a lot of rosemary plants downtown in the town I live in, growing all over the place. So whenever I go down there, I pick some. And you can just put it in a Ziploc bag and put it up in your cabinet. This has been around for a while, but this is what it looks like when it dries out, and it actually just falls off the stem. So I'm gonna put some of that in there. And if you've never had rosemary, oh my gosh, it goes great with seafood. It's just gonna be great for this dish. It is pretty potent though, so you wanna be careful. You don't wanna do too much. You can always add to, you can't take away. So based on my taste, I think that's gonna do it. Heck, let's throw in a little bit more. All right, so that's the rosemary. I also want to kick it up a notch. You know how I am. So I'm going to put in a little crushed red pepper. I think this works nicely with this dish. You could also use red pepper, crushed red, or like cayenne pepper. If you don't have those or you don't like much spice, leave it out. Or just use a little black pepper. We're just going to continue to cook this on medium heat. You can see the shrimp are starting to turn pink. Shrimp can be a little bit tricky if you're not familiar with cooking shrimp. You don't want to overcook them and you don't want to undercook them. So, you know, trying to get it just right, give or take 30 seconds. It's a little bit of a curve there, but I can tell you this, they're done when they're pink, and you want a nice pink color. This is, as you can see, still a little transparent, which means that it's a bit raw. So we're going to continue to cook that. All these flavors are just going to blend together nicely. And the thing I like about this, not only is it quick and easy and absolutely delicious, but it's really very light. Our sauce is literally going to be butter and olive oil. That's it. We're going to finish cooking this, add our pasta, put some butter and olive oil in there, toss it all together, and we're done. That's it. Everything is fresh in this dish. The shrimp, the asparagus, the rosemary, and it just makes for this amazing combination of flavor. We're getting pretty close on this here. I have some tomatoes. That's another idea. If you have some lemon, maybe you want to squirt some lemon on it. This is where you can start getting creative. Just use your imagination. The tomatoes I'm saving towards the very end because I don't want to cook them too much. We're going to put about a minute and a half from this being done. So I'm going to go ahead and dump those in. And at this point, we might as well go ahead and add a little bit of olive oil. We're starting to get a little bit dry in the pan, and it is our sauce anyway, so it's not like we're not going to use it. And just coat everything real good and continue to cook it. You can smell the rosemary and the shrimp, and it's just fantastic. Okay, I think we're about ready to go there. So what I'm going to do is going to put that to the side for a minute. I'm going to get my butter. And, excuse me, I always forget something. We're going to put a good bit of butter in, maybe something like that. And we just want to melt that down. Over here on the side. Let's go ahead and start mixing it in a little bit now. That's going to finish melting pretty quickly. We just want to get it coated. Oh man, that smells good. All right, I've got my pasta. And you know, really, I'm not good at eyeballing pasta. I don't know how much to cook. I never can seem to get the portion right. What I do know is that it's really cheap, and I'd much rather overmake the pasta than undermake it. So I just cook too much usually, but hey. All right, we've got the butter in there. Put some olive oil in there, and since this is our sauce, you can be a little generous with it. We'll go ahead and just mix all this together and see what that looks like. I think that's done. I can't remember if I salted the shrimp. I think I did, but I can't remember, so I'm just going to leave it out. And when I go to eat it, obviously I can salt it at that point if I feel like it needs more. So that's it. Does that look amazing or what? Now it's just a matter of serving it up. One other thing I like to do, this is up to you, and I forgot to get it out, so I'm going to go get it out. Because I like to top it off with a little bit of Parmesan cheese. And there we have it. Get a little bit of everything in there. So good. Well, I hope you enjoy this fast, easy, delicious dinner. If you try it, leave me some comments. Let me know what you think. If you come up with some additional ingredients that work really well, let me know. And don't forget to smash the like button and subscribe if you haven't already, because we got lots of good stuff coming. See you next time.